Yo, what is up? Today we're going to be doing market phases, learning about market phases. We're not going to go over everything too in detail, but I'm trying to give you a great summary of the 3 different market phases that I normally see in the market and then I normally trade. Most traders lose money because they enter without context. I'm trying to simplify the market phases so you know when to trade, when not to trade, and all those doodads. Basically trying to give you the right framework for that context, that phase and market, however you want to put it. Okay, without further ado, I'm gonna just get started. Okay, for our first market phase we have expansion, and these are normally taken as a continuation type of entry. Okay, expansion is just when price moves fast in one direction, usually towards a high time frame PDRA or a draw on liquidity, right? This tells you that the market has picked the direction. You don't want to chase the move after it already ran. You don't really want to take a reversal and get your stop ran, you know what I'm saying? Instead you just want to wait price to pull back into, normally I like to take it out of a fair value gap and wait for that type of entry, and we're gonna go over the entry in a little bit here. Okay, this is kind of a entry type of example. I put the 30-minute time frame to the left to really see the high time frame narrative, right? We were in a bearish sort of condition, right? We obviously swept some liquidity, probably hit a gap, and then on the 30-minute we expanded, and I think that screenshot was taken after 9:30. So we really want to see the expansion happen at like near 9:30 ish range, from like 9:30 to 9:45. You really would just want to see expansion, and then maybe take a 5-minute continuation like this trade right here. I took a 5-minute con, so we expanded out of 9:30 to 9:45, right? We manipulated into this 5-minute gap at 9:45, and then we had a 1 hour and an NWAG above. I believe we also had a SMT with ES with the 5-minute gap, which can cause some little tension, right? Some people like to take the true manipulation out of the 5-minute gap. I have no real concern with it, but I also took this inversion off the 2-minute gap, right? So that's really the whole trade breakdown of this. Other than that, this is a pretty good expansion example. We expanded at 9:30. Right, we manipulated at 9:45 and then it caught a little entry to the buy side, right? Okay, now I'm gonna go over a little back testing example to show you guys how this actually works real time ish, right? We have a 15-minute gap above, right? So far that I've marked out. I'm checking a bit of the different time frames, seeing how it works, right? I'm really just wanting to target that. Okay, now I moved it to the 1 hour since it's a little bit closer. I'll probably check the 4 hour. Okay, now the 4 hour gap is what I'm gonna be targeting, and yeah, we're just gonna see how this plays out. Yeah, FX replay is really weird, and they gotta fix their stuff, man. Like, that wasn't letting me skip on the 1 minute. We expanded low-key lower, right? We took out some lows and then we expanded higher, right? Okay, so we're still expanding. Low-key wanted to see it at like 9:30 expand, but it's whatever. Still expanding, and it's before 9:45, so it's pretty chill, right? And we're still expanding. Okay, the thing that I want to point out, you see how we hit the 4 hour gap and then we still expanded out of that. So that definitely shows me that we are a bit bullish here and we just do not care, right? We do have a 1 hour above. I forgot to mark it on the chart here, and yeah, okay, so I'm basically dropping down to lower time frames. We do have the true manipulation of the 5-minute gap. Holy, I almost stuttered on the manipulation, but I kind of messed up my entry a little bit here. I did see the 15-second right here, pretty nice, targeting all those the LR that I marked, and the 1 hour gap above. And yeah, this plays out coke butter chicken every single time. Could have been better if I peeped it a little bit earlier, but this is a pretty good example of expansion. We just go up and up and up and up and up, basically, right? And we're just trying to catch a long higher, or if we were expanding lower, we would just try to catch a short lower. Okay. All right, retracement continuations, right? A retracement is basically the opposite of a expansion, but kind of the same. So it's like a black hole and a white hole. That's how I'm gonna put it, right? Probably not the best example, but that's how I'm thinking about it right now. But okay, a retracement is just a pullback after a strong move, right? Price comes back because it moved too fast. So you're basically taking the expansion and you're taking a trade into a gap instead of out of a gap, right? Same thing, just a little different, right? The market likes to go back and clean that up before continuing. Traders wait for this pullback and then look to trade in the original direction of price once it finishes correcting. So basically, price moved too fast and fair value hasn't been delivered yet. Here's an actual trade example of a trade I actually took, and this is kind of the retracement we're looking for, right? Price expanded lower on the 4-hour, as you can see, and we hit a 5-minute. So we retraced into a 5-minute and expanded lower to the original direction. Okay, there's actually two types of retracement entries in this little example. You could have took the long towards the 15-minute gap or the short to the 4-hour gap below, right? So two different types of retracements. There's the high time frame retracement, low time frame retracement. I took a high time frame retracement out of this trade because it looked more appealing since there was more LR, and the 4-hour gap looks more juicy to me, you know what I mean? But other than that, that's basically it, and I'm just getting to the backtested example. Okay, backtested example time. We have a 4-hour, 15-minute, something above, right? I marked it. So yeah, we expand lower, right? We had a little entry right here off of this little 1-hour. I'm trying to retrace it back into a 5 or 15-minute gap, right? We're clearly bearish, and we have some gaps up above that I would like price to retrace into, re-enter into. And yeah, that's basically what I did. We have a 1-minute inversion out of a 1-minute CISD little formation. We have a SMT here. Great confirmation. Just yeah, and we're gonna see it play out. Coke butter cheese every single time. Almost got break even there, and bang. So yeah, that's my little retracement backtest. Okay, getting into the last phase, reversals. Reversal is when a price fakes one direction and goes in the opposite way. I don't want this to get confused with the entry type style, because an inversion, inverse fair value gap, is a reversal type entry. That doesn't mean we always take reversals. Okay, so what are reversals? How do they happen? This happens when price runs stops on both correlated assets above or below a high time frame PDRA. Meaning above would be like if we were going for short reversals, or below meaning we'd be going for long reversals, right? So yeah, that's basically it. Once stops are taken, price snaps back and moves the other way. Traders wait for the fake out and then trade in the new direction, right? Usually a reversal would be targeting some sort of high time frame draw, DOL, high time frame PDRA, something like that. And yeah, that's basically it. I low-key want to see more confirmations of the reversal. Well, not of the reversal, but I want to see more confirmations in a reversal type of entry other than the continuation and other type of setups, right? Being that it is a reversal and it is a bit more riskier in my opinion. But other than that, let's just get into the example. Okay, this is an example from a 930 Judas swing. We had a 15-minute gap above, right? And we also had buy side liquidity above, right? So we went up, swept into that, swept the gap, and swept the buy side liquidity, and then ended up dumping, right? Targeting some LR and a 4-hour very, very far away. But yeah, this move kind of started the dump, meaning this move reversed the bullish bias we were in and now made it a reversal. But yeah, I'm just basically saying it reversed, and we targeted LR and we did all that good jazz. Let's get into the back tested review. Okay, now we're in the back testing laboratory. Okay, I see price is hitting a 4-hour. We are bearish, right? We are bearish. Okay, so this is kind of the same trying to trade that I tried to take on the previous example, right? We have a 15-minute above as well. I'm really trying to see a little short here, right? We were kind of bullish, now let's go bearish, right? Boom. Right, I placed this, and then I come to realize that ES did not hit a 15-minute gap, so we do not have true manipulation. It really didn't matter on this trade. I'm pretty sure this trade hit take profit anyways because we were targeting a 1 hour. So I'm just basically gonna take a long off of this 1 hour. So yeah, we can take a long targeting that 15-minute bearish consolidation. Also, it would count as a reversal since we're already hitting a 4-hour gap and then ended up dumping, right? So we're mid time frame bearish right now, and yeah, we get our entry on the 1 minute, and yeah, get our entry on the 1 minute with a low CISD play, put stops on the bottom of the body. I was trying to target this low wick, right? Just for the RR, right? We do get SMT there as well, so I'm very happy about that. I believe the entry was right around I actually cannot see it from where I'm editing at, right? But the entry was probably pretty nice, right? Nice time, right? So yeah, just taking that, and boom, the trade hits. So you could also target a gap above, and that hits as well, right? Easy Coke butter cheese, none really too major. Yo, if you liked the video, I appreciate that you liked the video. If you didn't like the video, please let me know what I can improve on. You know what I mean? But other than that, I appreciate you watching the video, and yeah, if you want any more content like this, let me know. Drop it in some sort of description thing, right? Time for that edit, no.
I'm trying. I want to be here.
Then be here. Look at you, Peter. Your grades have been steadily declining. You're late for class. You always appear exhausted.
No, Uncle Ben. I'm just Peter Parker.